Meetings Act, and we have a quorum present. We want to acknowledge our guests that are with us this morning that are enjoying conversation among themselves, and also identify that we have a practice of opening up with an invocation and a prayer, and if there's those who are present that are not comfortable, pledge. Thank you. An invocation and a prayer is the same thing. I was just making sure you listened. It's rotated among the commissioners, and this morning Commissioner Stirk will be offering that pledge of allegiance and the prayer and the invocation. And so if you're listening by electronic device and you would like to not participate in that, just feel welcome to hit your mute and then rejoin us after we come back into the session. With that being said, Commissioner?
Yep. We'll get into it. Let us pray. Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for the group of people here. Thank you for our court. Please lead and guide and direct us in the words and the actions that we say and do to be pleasing to your will. Be with our first responders, our military, and anyone else that's a public servant. Be with them and keep them safe and get them home safely. In Jesus' name we pray.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Commissioner. All right.
We all stood when Commissioner Markle walked in.
All right. Did we have any public comments that were submitted, Madam Clerk?
No, sir, not before. You come, just one, I did. Oh, that, is it on?
Is that it right there?
Thank you. Okay, we do have one public comment, Elizabeth Kramer. And so Elizabeth, let's let Donnie's get to her timer and she can set your time for your 5-minute comments.
Sorry.
You're welcome to take up to 5 minutes, but you don't have to.
It should be.
All right. Donnie, just tell us when you're ready.
Okay. Got the visit with the district judge this morning and long week. Okay, listen.
All right, Elizabeth, please start.
On December 9th, 2021, I paid my fee of $750 to place my name on the ballot and to finally take a stand on behalf of the people of Tyler County. I started my campaign on the accountability and transparency platform. I learned very quickly I had been misinformed of the dismantling of our county government. I admitted my fault to the people that mattered and continued the path of accountability and transparency. Today, almost a year later, I'm still here, still demanding the same. Commissioners, when you each ran your campaign, what was your reason for your platform? Do you remember what you stood for? And do you remember the promises made? When each one of you took office, you solemnly vowed to oversee county activities and work to ensure that citizens' concerns were met, federal and state requirements are fulfilled, and county operations run smoothly. You blame two individuals for the dividing of this county, and I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. We are all to blame. Some are guilty for just being too busy to be bothered and hope that you will do your job fair and right by our county. Some are guilty for being a good friend, and with that, a good friend never questions your authority. Or you're guilty like me. One voice, not one vote, doesn't count mentality. If I were asked today if I could change, if I would I change anything that led us to the situation that we are in today? And my answer to you would be no. Because in all reality, if it hadn't been dramatized, no one would have listened. To make a fair assumption of the ARPA funds, if you had not agreed to pay each elected official out of the pandemic rescue money, we wouldn't be here today. Ken Paxton stated in his opinion the ARPA funds were akin to hazard pay. He also wrote on page 4, hazard pay means additional pay for performing hazardous duty or work involving physical hardship. work duty that causes extreme physical discomfort and distress, which is not alleviated by protective devices, is deemed to impose a physical hardship. Did our elected officials fit into this definition? My answer is still no. However, as Ken Paxton insinuated in his opinion on the public notice, a court could, so I say we shall see. Today, you, our county commissioners, see our county divided. Today, I see a county headed in the path of accountability and transparency. Where you see blame being placed, I see accountability and room for improvements. When you hear words of anger, I hear the voices of concerned citizens. When you see the same people fill the courtroom and hear speeches from the same people, remember we show up and speak for so many that are unable to do so. You are quick to forget that once I defended you all against our county judge on social media. I defended the treasurer, the auditor, and I defended our commissioners. I don't pick sides to fit my needs. I defend right is right and wrong is wrong. And I need you to hear those words. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I stand firm on the platform of accountability and transparency. Remember this if nothing else. We aren't placing blame, we're just keeping our promise and holding all accountable. I leave you with this quote. Right is right, even if everyone is against it, and wrong is wrong, even if everyone is for it. William Ken. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, that'll take us to Roman numeral 2, our tabled items from previous meetings. And Mike, for attorneys, you all want to move the tabled item for?
Yes, sir, we're still not ready for
Okay.
that. We're gonna, all the election judges for the election have been appointed in a previous action, but we're waiting to get someone to help with the school elections. It's out of the county.
Very good. Okay, that'll take us to 2B. And Commissioner Black.
I'll motion to remove this from the table item.
Okay, there is a motion to move from the table. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Stewart. Has a second. All in favor, aye? Okay, and it's unanimous. Let's go ahead and put before the court item B under the tabled items as the information presentation by Wendy Brandenburg from the Angelina County Senior Citizens Activities, Inc. Okay, Commissioner.
Okay, Ms. Wendy, would you please come? And-
I just stand here.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
That is fine.
So my name is Wendy Brandenburg. I'm the director for the Angelina County Senior Center in Lefferts. And we were approached, I guess it's been a little over a month, almost 2 months ago maybe, to take on the Meals on Wheels for Tyler County through the state as well as Decrease Texas Council of Governments, which is our DECCOG. Our board of directors met many times to try to determine whether that was going to be feasible because of our distance. And we decided in a meeting recently that we will take on the Meals on Wheels. We won't be able to do the congregate program, but as far as the Meals on Wheels goes, we will continue to meet the requirement of all of those that are already signed up through the Department of Health and Human Services, as well as DECCOG. That's roughly a little over 100 seniors that will still be able to be fed every day. Currently now, they're getting 5 frozen meals once per week, and that's what we'll have to maintain. Our kitchen will supply the food, and then we'll supply all of the paperwork for reimbursement through the state and through DECCOG as well. So that won't fall on anybody here at the county. My question to you guys is that I know in the past there was like $15,000 that was for that program. Is that still going to be on the table, even though we're taking it from Tyler County and providing those meals? And then I think that Holly with DECCOG had said something about a vehicle that was gonna stay with that program. So,
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
The $15,000, which is a budgeted item, is certainly something that we probably need to put into some kind of a action or a workshop discussion so that we can just ramp everybody up. But it's not something that we can take a decision on today.
No,
And you certainly know that. So
yes.
I would probably defer to the commissioner and just think that maybe that would be appropriate for us to bring back onto a future agenda.
Yes, sir. I think we're gonna have to, get Holly here probably on the 11th and, do a workshop or something after court.
Okay,
There's some more decisions we get, the congregate for sure. We need to
Sure.
probably make a decision on that.
So we're put it on court. Can't make a decision in the workshop.
Yeah, but we need a,
conversation like this.
we need to talk about it, so.
Right.
But there is a vehicle out there that needs to be on there.
The vehicle, they said they were gonna donate it to the county, but I haven't heard anything else. I'll contact them after, court today and see what, you know.
And each client will have a file, and I'll get with Holly to find out what those, where those files are, so that we can maintain all of that. We'll take care of all the records, and we'll take care of all the meals. Is there anything that you guys need from us as an organization for this? Any questions that you'll have maybe?
I'm just grateful that y'all are stepping to the plate because it's been a massive stress on me, just trying to, figure out what we're gonna do. And then we had our workshop and thankfully, Dick Cox said, hey, if you don't do anything, we'll take care of it.
They
But,
did, they called me every day for several weeks, so.
Yeah.
The workshop on the 11th, do you need to attend to that?
It may not be a bad idea, Commissioner, because obviously from this point forward, they're going to be the face of that delivery program. So for you to be plugged in with whatever conversations may come out of that may would be in your
And
best
I have
interest.
some ideas to maybe help with your congregate program that I'll bring.
Okay.
May I ask a question or not appropriate for me to ask a question?
Is there any objection to the court? Any questions? Bill's questions? Yeah. Okay, did you hear the disclaimer? Did you hear the disclaimer, Terry? Okay, would you like to?
You said 100 people, can more people sign up, or is it going to be limited to the 100 people that are already signed up?
No, so the way that they sign up, they'll sign up through DADS, which is the Department of Aging and Disability Services, and through DECOG. They will actually complete the assessments on those people, and then once they get a referral, they approve them, then they'll contact our organization, and then we have 10 days to get them on the services as well. So we will be responsible for that as well.
Thank you.
Good question. Good answer. Good answer. Okay, anything else? Wendy, thank you for being with us today, and we're looking forward to good working relationship from this point forward.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you all.
And if you need to leave, feel free.
Absolutely.
You don't have to sit there for it.
Thank you so much.
Man, thank you.
Okay, that'll take us to our consent agenda. Gentlemen, I'm not aware of any minutes or any monthly reports.
We have,
September 6th.
Okay, minutes from September 6th.
Motion to accept.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and second for the receiving of the minutes from our September 6th meeting. So comments or questions? All in favor, aye? Okay, unanimous.
That's a late night.
Did you get them at 2:00 this morning?
12:53.
Okay. Donnie, I'm not aware of any monthly reports. Anything turned in for us to take action? Okay. I'm not aware of any resolution proclamations or orders. So that'll take us to Roman numeral 5 under our consider approving informational section. Commissioner, is there any budget items on that?
Not that I'm aware of. Jackie, do you have any?
No.
Okay. So no action on item A. That'll take us to accounts payable and county bills. Any Commissioner, anything?
Not that I'm aware of. No,
Well, it's
Regular
our
bills.
regular,
I'll make a motion.
weekly.
I'll second
Paying the county bills.
There's a motion and second for the paying of bills. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye? Okay, it's unanimous. Item C, and that's Commissioner Marshall, and let's move on to acknowledge you and your dad being here with us. And Commissioner, I'm going to defer to you to
Okay, and then I'll,
identify.
Yes, sir, because I do have a little information that I just got literally 30 seconds ago. I am here to look at awarding the last leg of our project for our Harvey infrastructure.
Hey, Leslie,
Yes.
let's do it formally by go ahead and put in a motion. It's okay, it's okay. We were just.
I'll make a
Oh,
motion.
I'm saying I need to table it is what I.
Oh,
okay.
where I'm going.
Well,
So let me get to that part faster. We need to table it.
Okay, cool.
I make a motion, we table this.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to table. I guess probably conversation or anything that you want to inform the court about would have been something that we could receive, but then as far as taking any action,
Yeah.
we wouldn't do that, but if there's no objection, we'd like to hear something that you'd like to say. Morning,
All right.
Counselor, come in.
So the reason that, we're here is this is the last leg of the project, and this is the Harvey infrastructure project you did with the SUD. We're looking at 2 locations at Creeks for boring, and we did that by small purchase. The problem is that, and this is new to me, but when you work from home now, sometimes your schedule is different from other people's schedule. And I'm having a hard time getting the contractor cleared this morning because her schedule is different than ours. So, with all due respect, if you will allow us to come back to your next court, I think we will have this cleared up. But until then, we need a little bit more time.
Okay. So we do have a motion to table any action on this rewarding of it. There was a second, so all in favor, say aye. Okay, so we'll acknowledge item C is tabled until a future agenda. Thank you all. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, David. And it'll take us to item D, and I have that for the source of fund statement and verification. Donnie's and I were looking at this on Friday, and it's important for you guys to be able to see that for us to move forward with this, we take an obligation of about $261,000 of match into the $1 million that Senator Nichols was able to earmark from us at the end of the legislative cycle. And so for y'all to be aware of that and authorize if that's acceptable and you don't have any concerns about binding the county to that contribution, then we want to make it formal, and then I'll execute the document on behalf of the court. Have y'all seen that? Have you seen the breakdown?
No, I haven't seen the
Okay,
breakdown.
Dennis, do you happen to have a copy of that one with you? In looking at this, it acknowledges the $1 million from the state, acknowledges the local share to receive the full grant, which would be $261,947. The estimated cost of the total project was $1,261,947. And so they are requiring that this be executed to acknowledge that we are supporting supporting this particular. So I'll put it in the form of a motion and request a second so we can have some conversation about that.
Yes, go ahead. That's if we spend the total, their $1 million, it would be our match $261,947. We also have a agreement, Joe and I went out last year, I guess, after this was Senators Nichols and Representative White were able to get us this $1 million. We've got in writing from the Historical Commission, State Commission, that the work we've done on the courthouse that was not required, the 2 ADA bathrooms, and the janitor closet, and the roof were all in-kind contributions to the match. And so we've got almost 240 something thousand that we've got. Roof was 161. So if we cash money, we'll probably be spending about $20,000 there. If we went to that $1 million. Now, if we only did $1 million worth of repairs, then we'd only end up going about 160, 150, which the roof would cover. But that's a total. If we spent every bit of the million, and then the 20% of what we would be $1,261,000. So, but
The project may be under $1 million.
the project can be whatever we want it to be. So it's going to be broken down just like it was.
So
It had the options on there. The bell tower would be an option, different options, and the local historical commission is also involved in that on some of the doors, maybe some of the options there. They might donate money to the county. So yeah, we're not pledging that the job's gonna be 1,261,000. We're pledging that we will support, we have that money in ways to support our match that if we went to the full $1 million from the state. So, but, yeah, we're not, this is not the bid for the job. We're not accepting the bid. We don't have to spend the whole $1 million. We can spend as little or as much of it as we want to on our option when it comes to that. So, but this attachment A is what this is. It has to be in place that the county is supporting that and have the funds or the match to support that.
Do y'all have B and C?
On that deal?
Because it says, I further understand that the total project cost has been estimated at the figure above is and stated in attachment B, and that any costs which exceed this amount will be contributed by the county as necessary to accomplish the scope of work stated in attachment C.
That's all in the grant application to,
So you know what this is?
yeah, there's about 8 or 9 attachments from all kinds
Well,
of
as
stuff.
long as y'all are good that you've got it, and
Yeah, it's all still in the paperwork. We have not accepted that. That's just if we take the whole $1 million on whatever bid spec we go on, that's how much we'll be responsible for as a 261. But our roof repair, which Megan's already pulled up the invoice, the check, and where we got all that done, is considered a match, and our 280 bathrooms and the janitor's closets are considered a match. So if we go to the meeting, we're not
So
required.
if we didn't go to the million, we possibly could not owe anything out of pocket,
That's
right?
absolutely, yeah, no money back, but not no.
Okay.
But if we take advantage of the full allocation of $1 million, then we can apply exactly what you've talked about, which is the roof, the 288 bathrooms, the janitor closet, as in-kind contribution.
That's correct, yes.
And so roughly 20,000 would be the variance
Yeah,
there.
we would have to come up with it cash if we took that.
Okay. So we've already paid the other out.
That's correct, yes.
And
This
so
is just
they will just-
invoices,
Okay,
yes,
okay, good.
or receipts, I guess is what invoices and receipts. yeah.
And he does have it in writing.
Okay.
He has it too.
So Miss Susan had told us in person.
Yeah, we already, you don't have to. And she's the head of the courthouse. Yeah, she's the head of the courthouse.
Yeah, Susan Gandy.
Yeah, so anyway, we stay in contact with her when we have questions. So we've learned we got a relationship with her, so we can't talk to her. And so when the state architect says something I don't quite understand, like this deal, I call her and say, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, because it took me it stunned me when I saw that. And
I
I
called
got a call from him pretty quick. He was on his way to the hospital, his blood pressure check, but I kind of down, he was turn around and go back home.
Well, Jackie and I certainly learned our lessons through the years on dealing with it. And
not only in writing, but on their letterhead.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody comfortable with what we have heard and what we understand? Okay. With that being said, is there a motion to,
We have a motion.
I'm sorry, yeah. Thank you, Mike. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, I'll sign that and get that out. Let's see, item 6 is comments by court members pertaining to matters of county government. Anybody have anything they want to share? Okay, that'll take us to executive session. I've been made aware that there is an item, and Commissioner, do you have a motion? for
Yes,
us to
sir.
go into executive
Yes,
session?
sir, I'll make the motion that we go into.
Okay. With a second in going into executive session, all in favor, aye. And then we want to note it that is at 10:25. We will invite those of you who are with us to step out of the room. We'll have to meet with members of the court to vote. And it's the wish of the court for the clerk to remain in with the meeting as well, and then whoever's going to be presented. So thank you all for your